Vedanta is the only one reality, one without a second. There is no existence of the world, either in the external or in the external, fields of our existence. There is one reality, and it is expressing itself through its own mysterious Maya Shakti in variety. That is, to realize that oneness is Vedanta. We are seeing, this duality and multiplicity, they are false. The same reality is subject, and the same reality is appearing as object. One consciousness, one existence, one life, one vibration, that is Vedanta. And to realize this, the very purport and purpose of Vedanta.
What's the future of Vedanta in the West?
It is no question. Future, it is beyond time, so I can't answer it in terms of future tense. Because whoever is fit and competent enough will have that apprehension of the truth. No matter whether he lives in the East or West, it depends upon the competence of the aspirant and fitness. East and West and all these divisions of time are our own delusions and ignorance of the truth.
And can you tell us a little bit of the history of your center? I know it's very new, but can you tell us how it got started?
It started means, stories like this. Before war, Swami Yatishananda used to work, and actually it is he who did the grassroots work and created the infrastructure. In the pre-war period, he had his center in Germany, Wiesbaden, and from there he used to tour all these countries, including Holland. And then after the war, during the war, his whole work was disrupted, and he had to leave Europe and came, and he had to come down to States, and he started center in Philadelphia. Then afterward, the thread was taken up by Swami Ranganathanji. He started coming on, and from the year 68 to 69, 70, like that, he was regularly coming and visiting all the centers in Europe. Every year he used to come, and for a week or so he used to stay in Holland. He used to speak in different places. That's how the continuity was maintained. And occasionally Swami Ritajananji from Grace would also come during the retreats, and Swami Bhavyananji. But these things, whatever that took place during those periods, were individual enterprise. There was nothing like any organization as such. People, those who used to come to Vedanta, also used to meddle in other organizations. They used to go to TM, they used to go to Theosophical here and there.
There are no
so
roots
there were no roots.
Yes.
So what happened, Mr. Tarlan, a disciple of Swami Yatishananji, he bequeathed some amount for Holland work. And that amount was later on, and he wanted that the house of his should be donated to the Ramakrishna Mission for Vedanta work. But the then authorities refused that bequest. And so what happened, his wife they were issueless. His wife was staying in that house, Ali Tarlan. She was a Swiss lady. And before her death, she sold away the house for some lump sum. And since she was a Catholic, the money went to Catholic Church in Rome. Swami Bhavyananji took the initiative. It is he who is, very much responsible for our work. He took up the clue, and he used to go to Vatican for some lecture work. There he talked to some Swami. The Swami means father, priest,
yes,
of that Roman Catholic. He said, I knew that this money and the house were to be used for Holland work. And how is that the property had traveled to Rome? So in this way, that sort of plea appealed to him. After all, he was a monk. He said, all right, half of the money I give to you. And then Swami Bhavyananji, Rijan and Swamiji, they sat in conference. He said, all right, there must be some society. There are so many people here, a sorted group. How could we give? In this way, society was registered in 1986. And the money was forwarded to them, the society. And out of the interest, they were holding some retreats, calling Ranganathanji, Kundaji like this. Now, how long they could do like that. They wanted a Swami because some money for maintenance of the Swami
Yes.
was there in their hands. So, but there was no money for the house. And they pressed Belur Math authorities to post a Swami, and that is how I came in the year 1990. Then
But
I
there
saw.
still wasn't a house.
Pardon, no, there were so many rivalry among those people, egotistic and otherwise on points of money. They wanted leadership, power, position. It was difficult. And a devotee of Ranganathanji, he used to think himself a guru.
Oh dear.
And lots of things were there. And it was very difficult to reconcile and coordinate them. So I had to struggle a lot. Then regionally I considered, he said, the best way is to have a house.
Yeah.
Otherwise you could not have any credibility or any kind of strength or stability. So we tried. So I was poking them to purchase a house because I was staying in somebody's apartment at his mercy. He could drive me out at any time. So that was the point. I was pressing them. Then after all, the house came, and now little bit you see, peaceful and happy. Now we will organize in our own way slowly. We'll frame rules. And
When was the house purchased?
in the month of, say, February 1993.
Oh, this year?
Yeah. And it was registered. And then we got possession in the month of July. In the month of July, we got possession. I have moved out to that place from the 1st of July.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So just a few months ago.
Few months ago, very
It
recent.
was very exciting.
Yeah.
So the establishment of a new
Very
center.
difficult because there was nothing there, little money, and over the money
furniture.
they were all fighting away. These people really had a very tough time there.
That's wonderful.
But Sri Ramakrishna was there, I used to feel his presence, and he has done all these things. There were a very good deal of opposition members. It was very difficult to have rapprochement with them. But anyway, by his grace and power, everything could be settled. And they threatened me also so many times. Leaflets were distributed against me. So many things happened.
Yes.
Very difficult to establish a center in the beginning because
Do you have a good core of devotees now?
devotees are some top people. They are on my side, but they would not stoop so low as to on level with them. There are some very top people, like president of some multinational, very big industries, but they are very gentlemen. They would never go to such low lengths.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Do you have a favorite story about Swami Turiyananda?
Turiyananda, many stories I have got. I am really very much inspired for his boldness of life. Very much from the beginning. I am very much inspired by the fire of knowledge and his attitude, uncompromising attitude towards the reality in spite of so many difficulties in life.
Living Bhagavad Gita.
Living Bhagavad. See, he was very young. He went for a bath in the Ganges, and a crocodile was coming. People said, "Run away, run away." He said, "No, it's all false. Am I a fool to run away? It is all false thing." He stuck to his guns ground. He didn't run away. At that time, he had not met Sri Ramakrishna. See his firmness and determination.
Yes.
When he said, "The world will fall, this crocodile itself is also false. Finish, I will not go away." So this type of attitude really is wonderful. You don't see in a boy. He will read something, but do the other thing in actual life. So wonderful. His life is a blazing fire. Something he would always stand erect. He would never be bent like this, like yogi. Completely, he will stand. Even he was just passing away. Then asked his attendant, "Set me right and make me sit, straight away." And the attendant thought that he is very sick, and he's asking. Then he said, "You fool, don't you see my life is going away? Put me right. Put this spinal cord in a perpendicular position." In this way, Om said and left his body. His death is also wonderful.
Fantastic.
Interview finished, now we are Swami.
Yes. Okay.
Let us go.
Thank you, Swami.
Yeah.